What is the most shameful thing you have ever seen a teacher do? When I was in high school, Coach Harris was literally everyone's favorite teacher. Like, this guy was basically a legend. He taught PE and coached JV basketball, but he wasn't one of those scary coaches who made you run until you puked. If you told him you had cramps or felt sick, he'd just nod and let you sit on the bleachers. Kids would literally fake injuries just to get out of dodgeball, and he never questioned it. He was the type of teacher who'd bump fists with students in the hallway and knew everyone's names, even kids who weren't in his classes. During lunch, you'd see him shooting hoops with random freshmen in the gym. Parents loved him too because their kids actually looked forward to PE for once. But here's the thing that should have been a red flag. Coach Harris always had money, like way too much money for a PE teacher. He drove this sick black Camaro that was definitely not a teacher car. His sneakers were always fresh Jordans or some limited edition Nikes that cost like $300. And he'd casually pull out this fat roll of cash to buy lunch or whatever, which seemed weird for someone making like $40,000 a year. The first weird thing I noticed was during my sophomore year. My friend Jake was super anxious about everything. Tests, presentations, talking to girls. One day he comes to lunch all relaxed and chill, which was totally not like him. When I asked what was up, he just shrugged and said Coach Harris gave him something to help with his nerves. I figured it was like advice or meditation techniques or whatever. Then more kids started acting different. This freshman named Tyler, who was normally quiet and jumpy, suddenly became this confident guy who didn't care about anything. Another kid, Brett, got caught with a vape in the bathroom, and when they asked where he got it, he said he bought it from Coach. But everyone just laughed it off because why would a teacher sell vapes to students? That's insane. The rumors started spreading though. Kids would whisper about going to Coach Harris's office during lunch for special help and coming out with these little black bags. Some people said he was selling energy drinks or protein powder. Others joked that he was dealing drugs, but nobody actually believed that. This was Coach Harris we're talking about, the guy who helped kids with their jump shots and let you retake fitness tests if you failed. Everything changed on a Tuesday in March. There had been some vandalism in the boys' locker room over the weekend. Someone spray-painted curse words on the lockers. So the principal decided to do a full search of the whole area, including all the offices. That's when they found the box. It was sitting right there in Coach Harris's desk drawer, a cardboard box full of vape cartridges and disposable vapes. When they confronted him about it, he claimed they were all confiscated items from students. Said he was collecting them to turn into the main office but just hadn't gotten around to it yet. But here's what made it obvious he was lying. The assistant principal checked the serial numbers on some of the vapes, and they matched ones that were currently being sold at smoke shops around town, like brand new inventory that had never been used. Within a week, everything fell apart. They pulled security footage from the hallway cameras and saw exactly what we'd all been hearing about. Student after student going into his office during lunch periods with empty hands, staying for like 2 minutes, then leaving with small black bags stuffed in their back pockets. The police got involved and started questioning kids. At first, nobody wanted to talk because Coach Harris was cool and they didn't want to get him in trouble. But when they realized how serious this was, students started admitting everything. Jake finally told me the truth. Coach Harris had been selling him vape cartridges for months, said it would help with his anxiety better than any medication. Tyler admitted he'd been buying disposable vapes every week. Brett showed me this loyalty card that Coach Harris had given him, like a coffee shop punch card, but for vapes. Buy 10, get 1 free. The craziest part was how organized it all was. Coach Harris had been running this like a real business. He had regular customers, wholesale prices for bulk buyers, and even different products for different age groups. Younger kids got the fruity flavored ones. Older students could buy the stronger stuff. When the police arrested him at school, he was wearing $700 shoes and had over $2,000 cash in his wallet. For a PE teacher,